Tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom. This is the biblical nationality of your modern day white man. He's also known as an Idumean in the Bible. Come from Esau. Okay, go ahead, keep going.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites. This is your modern day Arab. A lot of people don't know, but we was enslaved by Arabs for 900 years before the white people even got their hands on us. And the white people got their hands on us because the Arabs told them about us. Because they knew about us because they are cousins. You know what I'm saying? They told them, they called us Yehudi, the children of Israel. They said the people of the book is cursed to go into slavery. Y'all know that Islam go by the Old Testament as well. You know what I'm saying? They knew who we was, and they knew we was cursed to go into slavery, and they told the Portuguese about us. Go ahead, keep going.
Of Moab. And the Hagarians. Jebal. And the Ammonites. The Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Okay, he says the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. This is the Africans. These are all the people that had a hand in the transatlantic slave trade on these ships. Right here that our people came on. You know what I'm saying? Remember what they told you in school where your own people was catching you and selling you to the white man? No, they wasn't. The Africans was catching us and selling us to the white man because they knew that we wasn't African. You know what I'm saying? We just looked similar. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you got a Chinese person, a Vietnamese person, a Korean person, I'm going to be like, dog, there's 3 Chinese dudes across the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling them all Chinese. You know what I'm saying? But they not the same. And they know they not the same. You know what I'm saying? We look similar to the Africans. We have the same hue. But when you look at our facial features, a lot of us, we don't look like them. And when you look at the South Africans, they don't look like the rest of Africa neither. They look a lot like our people. It's a lot of light-skinned South Africans. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of beautiful sisters down there. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it ain't other Hamitic sisters that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But people are not the same. Even the Hamites have distinct looks. You know what I'm saying? The Ethiopian don't look like somebody from Zimbabwe. They have a distinct look. The Somalians, they have a distinct look. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We always, when we was in trouble, we hid amongst the Africans. You know what I'm saying? When Joseph was sold to his brothers, to the Ishmaelites, look like they've been selling Jews for a long time. Joseph was sold by his brothers to the Ishmaelites. They sold him to the Egyptians. And he became as high as Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he was Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh just held the title of the throne, but he gave all the orders and everybody was subject to him because Pharaoh like, you wiser than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be wealthy. I'm going to be straight if I let you run my country. So that's what happened. But when his brothers came, he was an Egyptian tyrant. They didn't recognize him. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they look like Albert Einstein, Jerry Seinfeld, you know what I'm saying? And then they see their brother dressed up among a whole bunch of dark Africans, they'll probably know that's him, even though he grown now. You ever seen somebody you ain't seen since you was little? And they look different, but you can tell it's them. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't tell. They thought he was an Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Moses, you know what I'm saying? He ran out in the desert because he killed my man for beating on one of the Hebrew slaves because he knew that was his real people. You know what I'm saying? When he met his wife Zipporah, she went back to her dad Jethro. He like, how do you get back from getting me some water so fast? And he like, well, there was men trying to run us away, and it was an Egyptian that came and ran them off. You know what I'm saying? Now, Moses had on Egyptian attire too. You know what I'm saying? But she mistook him for an Egyptian. They were Hamitic. You know what I'm saying? They was Midianites. And then in the New Testament, Paul, he ain't even got on Egyptian attire. And he get mistaken for Egyptian. They be like, they say, aren't you an Egyptian? He say, no, I'm a Jew from the tribe of Benjamin, from the city of Tarsus. So our people all throughout the Bible getting mistaken for Egyptians. The Zondervan's Bible Dictionary tell you that Ham was the father of the dark races, not the Negroes. That's what it say. He's the father of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptian, the Libyan, the Canaanites, and the Ethiopian. So you know that the Egyptian is some dark people. Okay. Now we're going to go to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. This is in the Old Testament, right before the New Testament, by the smallest book after Amos, chapter Amos. Yeah. Chapter 1. Let me know when y'all get there. We're gonna read verse 6 and 7 because this is real critical.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of the confederacy have brought thee into, even to the border.
Now that's important. Here he said, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. All those people, those nations that he named, that was confederate against us. Go ahead, keep reading.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
So he's saying, these people that was at peace with you, who was confederate with you, when y'all went against my people, now they deceive you, they laid a wound under you. What wound is that? It's a financial wound. You know what I'm saying? Because the Saudi Arabs control the oil. They got the largest oil population. That's why you seen that spike in oil a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Africa. You know what I'm saying? They got certain treaties that they made with Africa, and then you got warlords who just take their word back on it and say, come get some. That's what Black Hawk Down was about. You know what I'm saying? You think them people really care about some Africans? No, why you think them pirates over there in Somalia been jacking them boats, hitting licks on them, major money? Them is what they call them, oil liners, them big long boats. They hitting, they hitting big boats, big money. So them same people you was in cahoots with, you know what I'm saying? Now they done laid a wound on a financial wound. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now we're going to stay here, and we're going to go back to Obadiah verse 1 through 3. So we got to see what Obadiah had to say about Esau here.
Obadiah, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus says the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Okay, and he said, I have made thee small among the heathen. The heathen is another word for Gentile. Now, we may be the minorities here in the country, but the minority in the world is the European. Now, I don't know if you know how many people in China and India, but that's about 3 billion just right there. You know what I'm saying? If you go down to South America, and then we mixed in, and then the whole continent of Africa, it ain't that much room for them. They small, but it say that they greatly despised. Almost every country right now are beefing with the European nations. You know, so that's what all these wars popping off with. You know what I'm saying? North Korea ain't trying to get at nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Iran ain't trying to get at nobody else. Iraq ain't trying to get, Afghanistan ain't trying to get, everybody is beefing with Esau, your modern day white man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep reading.
The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Thou dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
Okay, you hear that? He's talking about Esau. He said, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. They take pride. They think they can do whatever because of their money and their scientific research. He said, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Go ahead, keep reading.
Whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Okay, he said, whose habitation is high. Who dwell in the clefts of the rock? Who came from mountains? White people. Why do you think they always climbing mountains? Because they homesick. Don't even know it. Homesick. Don't even know it. That's where they come from, though. I'm not being funny. You know what I'm saying? Just like we come from a hot tropical region, they come from the mountains. That's why they skin, they hair texture, they nose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look like where they stay. You know what I'm saying? They know that they come from the mountains. They the one taught me that. So there's no secret. But the Most High is letting you know that these people come from the mountains. Go ahead, keep going.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
He says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. The eagle. Now, what's on the back of your $1 bill? What's on the podium when the president speaks? What's on your quarter? And I don't know if you know, but if you go back to Rome,